United is dead to me is the headline in the back of one of the papers this morning as a Frenchman slams manager Ralph Rangnick and claims his last 5 years at Old Trafford have been wasted.
He said, you have to be honest, the last 5 seasons have not satisfied me. Really, not at all. This year is dead. We won't win anything, whether it's for United or at another club. I want to win trophies. It's simple, with France. I play my position. I know my role, and I feel the confidence of the coach and the players. At United, it's hard to be consistent when you often have to change your position all the time, or the team system, or your partners. Gab, are you having them or not?
I think Paul Pogba, first of all, is an outstanding player, isn't he? We've seen what he's done in his career, seen what he's done for France, winning the World Cup. But I feel like for some reason it hasn't worked, has it? At Manchester United. And there's a saying, isn't there, Ali, that sometimes you just don't go back to clubs that you've been at, and I don't think it was the right move for him, and it just hasn't worked for him, to be honest, Al. Yes, he's been out of position. Sometimes he's had to play on the left wing. A lot of managers have been in there. He had a manager like Mourinho he didn't get on with. Them two clashed as well. Young. Yeah, so it's hard. I think he has been inconsistent at Manchester United, and sometimes a move is best for both parties. I think Manchester United need to move on and Paul Pogba needs to move on, and maybe both will succeed from that.
Ali, why is he still there? Is it a commercial decision rather than playing decision?
No, well, I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but I think he's running out his contract, is he not? When's his contract up?
I think he's up in the summer, isn't he?
Well, yeah, that would indicate to me that that's what he's doing. I mean, I think, and you, I know you agree with me. If I were United, I'd have cut my losses 2 years ago.
Gab, what you said earlier was correct. What he's won, what he's achieved, the clubs he's been at, some of the goals he has scored, but he's also let himself down, surely. Not
100%. He's listen, Pogba has been an outstanding player. The Pogba at Juventus was unplayable. He's come to Manchester United and he's had spells, hasn't he, where he's done some amazing things. Look at this season when he started the season off with them. Was it 6 assists in a handful of games, Ali?
Yep.
And then he's had his injury problems, but it's the consistency for me. Some days you'll see the Pogba from Juventus, and then some days he won't be at it.
Were the easily the best side in Italy. It's easy to play in a great side. If you're a top player, it's easy to play in a great side.
Do you know what I think, boys? I think that quote that he's come out with kind of sums him up, and I don't know the lad. In fact,
tell me he's a great lad.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I think all the players in the dressing room really appreciate him and like him and say he's a good lad, which is great, and that's smashing. However, I think that quote kind of sums him up. I really do. It's effectively everybody else's fault but mine. You know what I mean? If I'm reading that quote, I don't know my position, the team, I'm not going to win things with Manchester United, they'll need to be somewhere else and all that.
I think a lot of them, Ali, need to hold their hands up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rashford as well, there's a lot of them that need to...
What do you think's wrong with Marcus?
I don't know, he looks like he doesn't like football.
Yeah.
He looks like a player that's playing and doesn't want to play football at the moment.
Has he been played out of position then? We heard Pogba saying, I'm not playing in my proper position.
You know what? Rashford, for me, doesn't work on the right side of midfield. He has to play as a centre-forward or a left side, and I prefer him on the left, cutting in. We don't forget Rashford has been outstanding coming from that left wing, but something about this season looks like a player that, Ali, just doesn't want to play football. If you said to him, you know what, you can have two months off, clear your head, I think he'd take it. He just doesn't look like he wants to play football. No excitement. No smile on his face. He used to always be smiling. Now
that's
he's
the thing
moody.
for me. That's the biggest thing for me, Gab. He always played with a smile on his face, and he was enjoying his football, enjoying his life, and it just looks as though he's lost that. He's lost his way, which is a real shame.
Yeah. And the other guy who's getting pelted was Maguire. Has he been that bad?
There's been a drop in form, of course there has, but I think Maguire's a good player. I think Maguire will come back.
You see Maguire, Ali, people jump on the bandwagon, especially on social media. I see it a lot where something might happen in the game. I think there was an incident in one of the last games where he accidentally headbutted Ronaldo on a corner, and everyone will make a reel out of it. Everyone's laughing. He's that player that people want to pick on now because he hasn't been at his best form. But let's not forget, Maguire at the Euros was outstanding.
Yeah, of course he was.
That partnership he had in the Euros was outstanding. So I think everyone picks on a player, and Maguire's that player at the moment. But he's got to show he's a strong personality and come through it, hasn't he?
I think he will.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Gabby. He's a good player.
100%.
I just think I look at Maguire and he's suffering. It's kind of synonymous with what's going on at Manchester United. There just looks as though there'll be a kind of confidence crisis throughout the team. You know what I mean? I just look at them and I think Wan-Bissaka's a better player than he's shown. Maguire's a better player than he's shown. Varane's definitely a better player than he's shown. Rashford, you could go on and on and on. They're better players than.
But let's be honest as well, though, lads. If Maguire was in a Manchester City, you know what I mean? He's not going to get that many players running at him because they've always got the ball. Manchester United haven't been dominating the ball. Teams aren't scared to go at them. You know, if you put John Stones in that Manchester United team, I think he'd struggle in that team.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.